Hello everyone, this is Shrikar here, and today we'll be talking about how to use UI table views and to customize them. This is the type of app which we'll be building today, or rather the interface at least. This is from Airbnb for the Discover page. So here what they are using is a UI table view along with a list of image views within the UI table views and a label for that. So let's see how we can replicate something like this. So let's just go ahead and create a single view application, and this will be your initial state, which will be a single UI view controller, and nothing will be there. So just go ahead and delete this UI view controller and drag in a table view controller. At this point of time, your main storyboard should look like this. Also make sure that you select each initial view controller. Now let's go ahead and create the data model for this, which will be used to back this particular table view. So I have already created a file called data.swift, and the data.swift has an inner class which is an entry. The entry is for individual table view cells, which has a file name of the image as well as a heading. So I have already have these four images like bridge.jpg, mountain, snow, and sunset. So I'll be creating a list of these entries. So once we have this file ready, we can go ahead and implement the table view controller. Click on pages, command N, Coco server sources, Coco touch class, next, then say places, table view controller, select the language as Swift. It should be a subclass of UITableView controller. Hit next. Go ahead and create this. Now within this places table view controller, let's go ahead and create an instance of the data object which we created, which will be acting as a data model. It's called the data. Then the total number of sections. These are the table view. There are a few functions which are necessary to get our table view working, and one of them is like the number of sections in the table view. For the sake of simplicity, let's assume that we just have a single one section in the table view, as well as the total number of cells within the table view would be data.places, which we had already created, .count. Now this is important. This is the main function which we will be using to customize our table view. Let's go ahead and delete the other functions which are not required for now. One more thing to do is the cell identifier. Let's call it as call cell, or rather just name it as cell. Now before we go ahead with this, let's even customize our table view cells. So click on the main storyboard. Let's go ahead and customize the cells. Let's go to the size inspector. Let's give the row height as 300. That looks okay. On top of this, let's drag in an image view. Let's go ahead and change this one to 600 and 300. That should be fine. At this point of time, let's put some constraints on the UI image view. Click on this pin button here. Remove the constraints to unclick this. Select all the four constraints. Let's have it as 0. Also at this point of time, let's go ahead and put the height constraint as well, which should be 300. Select it. Let's select this 300 and click add constraints. That should be fine. Now drag in a label onto this image view. put it here, some heading. Also let's align this. Let's give some auto layout constraints. Let's say horizontal center in the constraint. Add one constraint. Click on the pin button. Let's give it some margin from the top. Let's put it at 60 pixels, 60 points rather. 60. Then click one constraint. That should be fine. Just say update frames. That should be fine. At this point of time, let's go ahead and implement a new UITable custom table view cell. Command N. Hit next. Let's make it a subclass of UITableView cell. Let's give it as places table view cell. That should be fine. Select the language as Swift. Hit next. Say create. It's done. This is the one which is right now created. Take off the sidebar. Open the assistant editor here. Select the main storyboard. At this point of time, let's go ahead and create some IB outlets. Let's close the sidebar. Make sure you select the image view. Control drag from this image view to here. Oh, it's not selecting. That's because we need to do one more step, which I forgot. With this image view, so with this table view selected, you need to actually, if you select this, it's actually showing us an image view, but we actually want the table view cell beneath that. So hold shift and right click, then you should be able to select a table view cell. At this point of time, let's give the identifier a cell, which we gave. Also, we need to make this as a places table view cell. Now if we go ahead and control drag from this UI image view to this, you should get an outlet. Let's say BK image, background image, view, connect. Similarly, control drag from this label onto here. Let's say heading label and connect. That should be fine. Now what we need to do is, let's go to the places table view controller.swift. We have already set the identifier as cell. Instead of making it as a UI table view cell, let's call it as places table view cell. That should be fine, and say BK image background image. It's not showing. Why is that? Just say command K, clean it once. Then cell dot BK image view is equal to UI image view. Oh, before that we need to get one more thing, is index path. From that index path, let's get the entry. Let entry equal to data dot places dot of index path dot row. This way we can get the actual entry from the data, the list of places. Then we will go ahead and say create a UI image view with image, that'll be UI image named, that would be entry dot file name, and cell dot heading label dot text equal to entry dot heading. That should be fine. So let's see if we can get this thing to work. Let's go ahead and select command R. For some reason nothing is showing up. I think I know the reason why. We forgot to do one more thing which was essential. Also, let's go ahead and scale it down to like 75%. That way it's easily manageable. Let's go to the main storyboard, and this UITableView controller, it should be of type places table view controller, which we missed. Command run, Command R. Let's see how it will show up. It's showing the heading 2 and heading 3 correctly, but for some reason we don't see the image. Maybe what's wrong with this? Let's go ahead and find what the problem is. Bridge.jpg is correct, fname is correct. Let's go to the table view controller. What did I do here? Heading is set correctly, but that's actually I want to stop it here, run it again. So within the entry, let's go ahead and see what is there in the entry. Entry has data, pages, 0, right? So it's bridge.jpg. Heading 1 is set properly, but for some reason the background image view is not working as expected. What we can do? Run it again. Before this, actually, do one more thing. Yes, let's put it here. Run it. At this point of time, actually, you should be able to see the image as well. Image view. I think let's see. As table view cell, that's correct. Let's go and see what's wrong with this. EK image view, UI image view. That's right. Something is not right. It should have shown up. UI places, background image view. Let's do this. Yes, so that one looks good, but there are a few problems here. There is some gap between these two table view cells. I think it's because of, there should be something. I think that was a 0.5 constraint which we had missed. Let's save it, run it again. We should be able to see these things correctly. Okay, but there are still borders here. We just need to figure out how we can do that. Let's one more thing we can do is let's customize this font here. Select custom. Let's go with let's say veneer. Make it as 25. Medium object. It should be medium. Should be fine. Code and run it. Should get some good images. Heading 1, that's actually modified, but let's go ahead and even change the color from white to something like white, so black to white. Let's see, that looks a lot better. So this could be something. How was it? Actually, this was Airbnb. They didn't have a gap. We need to figure out how to fix that one. But in the meanwhile, let's go to main storyboard. Select. They have even a navigation bar. So I'll show you how to get that navigation bar at the top. So click on the main storyboard again. Select the places. Editor. Then embed in navigation controller. That should be fine. Let's give it as discover. At this point of time, let's go ahead and bar button. Let's drag in a bar button from here, from the object library. Hold Alt, drag it here. That will get a copy. That should be fine. Now select this item and change it. Go to the customs one and let's say, is there a search? Yes, there is a search. Let's give it a search, and here let's select the item and let's see if there is something like stop, refresh, bookmark. Unfortunately, there is no hamburger menu, but for now we can just put like bookmarks menu. That should be fine just for the example purpose. Let's go ahead and run it. That looks a lot similar to the app, but there is one problem, and that is this thing. Let's go ahead and find out. Command Shift 0. Let's open up a UITableView. Controller. Select that. Should be something here. No. Table view. Let's open the table view, and it should have something for the separator style. Separator style is none, single lined. So let's go and give that one a try. Let's open the table controller. In the view did load, let's customize this and say self dot table view dot what was that? Separator one, right? Where was that? Separator, go back. Separator style. Separator style. hold on. So each of UITableView cell separator style, right? UITableView cell separator style dot none. Let's try that. Yeah, now we have that gap which was present gone. So hopefully you get an idea of how to use your UI table views to customize and get something like this. You know what, let's make it a bit more legible to read. The headings, select the heading, Avenir, just let's give it a font of say 30, hit command equal to, that should be fine. Then command run it again, command R, sorry. There you go. We have an exact replica. It's just that you should be able to change these icons as well as the tint color also of this particular bar button. Let's see if we can actually do that right now. Tint, right? That's a default tint, which is that one. Let's give it an orange tint. There you go. That should work. Yep, there you have it. Thanks for watching this episode, guys. Please let me know if you have any other questions. Thank you.